Welcome to Hand Therapy. I'm Tom.
And I'm Dom.
We're going to talk a little bit about hand pain and some exercises for the wrist as well. So the wrist itself has the carpal bones that are articulating, meaning that they're rubbing right up against the long bones in the forearm. And so you can have hand and wrist pain at the same time, especially if you've fallen with an outstretched hand.
And oftentimes when you do fall, and especially if you say break your radius and have a small radius fracture, one thing that people notice later is that they have all this pain. It might just be they'll go, oh my gosh, I have this pain like in their wrist, and I didn't notice it so much before. And what happens is there's a ligament in there that's one of the stability ligaments of your hand that can get just kind of tweaked a little bit, if that, for want of a better term, and
sprained. Yeah. So,
yeah,
so a little bit of tearing.
So those, all of a sudden you've lost stability in those carpal bones, and that can lead to a lot of pain.
Yeah. So you also can have a lot of pain in the back of the wrist. So we're going to go through a couple things: the dart thrower exercises that keeps that bone stable when you're doing them, as well as a way to push off from your seated position or your bed.
Okay, so the first one we're going to show a dart thrower's range of motion, and it's really helpful, I think, to start out using a pen, or maybe not a dart, but just something that to be similar to a dart. And you have your forearm is stable, so you're not moving your forearm too. You're only moving your wrist. And you're going to do it just as if you're slow motion throwing a dart. So, and you can go down to where you start to feel a little bit of pull, but I don't want you to go down into pain. If this hurts, don't go there. So you're going to go back as if you're going to get ready to throw, and follow through the range of motion as if you're throwing the dart without letting it go. Now, if this hurts, then find that range that doesn't. And you're going to continue to move into, even if it's a small arc like this, you're going to stay just in that little bit of range of motion arc. Because this is actually they found the most functional hand movements is a little bit of radial and ulnar deviation, a little bit of radial deviation,
ulnar deviation, radial
with extension,
deviation,
and a little bit of radial deviation with flexion. So, so then when you take the pen out, you can actually use your fingers to follow that range, that wrist movement as well.
It's really important that you know that first you're coming back, tilting kind of towards the thumb side of your wrist, or this radial portion, and then when you follow through, you go to the small finger portion. So like a diagonal instead of just straight back and forth.
And another thing is, I'm showing you, I'm kind of in a weird angle, so I'm showing you on a table because it's easier for you to see. This doesn't have to happen in this with my arm up like this. This can be really tiring just in itself with your arm up. You can do the same motion lower with your arm down, but keep in mind the position that you're doing with that little bit of combined that
extension
with back. Well, radial deviation.
Radial deviation.
Trying to show, yeah.
It's hard on this video.
Extension.
Like a little bit this way and then back. This way, back. The other thing that's kind of fun about these is that you can watch what happens just naturally to your fingers. Your fingers flex when you go into this extension, and then extend when you go into flexion. Fun fact. So thanks for watching.
Do you want to show
Oh yeah, definitely love it. So another thing that can hurt really bad is pressure on the wrist, and I don't know if you can see like on the table. My hand going back, I would get a lot of pain back here. So instead use a flat fist and put that down as your stabilizing force to lift off of the table. See what I mean? Try that out. Even when you get up, roll onto the side, push off with this arm, and then use a flat fist to get off of the bed. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.